Justin Bieber continues to sub Selena Gomez on his Instagram story and a new Instagram post.
Selena Gomez is out here just trying to live her life and lock in her wedding plans with Benny Blanco. She's all about peace, love, and keeping it cute, but the drama surrounding Justin and Hailey Bieber keeps crashing the party. Hailey's been throwing off some serious silent SOS signals, and Justin, he's out here acting up again. It's like their mess just keeps following Selena even when she's not involved.
How has Selena changed your life?
What do you mean? Look at me. She's the best thing that's ever happened in my life. She's my best friend. You know, they say, like, when you know, you know. Like, and I never believed that my whole life, but I actually met my best friend. Like, if we were the only people left on Earth, I would be completely fine spending every moment with nobody else in the world except her. My mom was like, people like you. And I was like, okay. And then like Selena actually showed me one of them of like, she was like, oh my God, my friend just sent me this. And it was like a person like sitting down their husband and being like, you have to watch this interview full. You have to be. And then I was like getting hate from guys being like, dude, you, like, well, now I have to be a better boyfriend. Obviously, like, listen to your partner. Don't be an idiot. Like, it's like very simple.
And honestly, Selena should be chillin'. Her thing with Benny seems solid, especially after that sketchy moment when folks thought he might have been sneaking around with her bestie, Teresa Marie. We won't unpack all that now, but clearly, Benny's still vibing with her. He's definitely not over the same old love. Benny Blanco used to be all about hyping up his fiancée, Selena Gomez. In a recent interview, he said he's learning how to keep his woman happy and feels like he's totally on the right track. He's trying to come off like the ultimate gentleman. But honestly, it's starting to feel a little calculated.
I wake up, I think to myself, I'm like, how can I make Selena's day better? Like what can I do in my day to make her day better? Because then that makes my day better. And I wanted to find a person like that. And I know when Selena wakes up, like the first thing she's thinking is like, how can I make his day better? And we have such a give and take. Like I could never even see a world where I would ever yell at her. She would ever yell at me. Like we don't argue like that. Like I feel like we just have conversations. Like there's never an argument. Sometimes she'll say, "This is so funny."
Oh boy.
She'll go, "I'm feeling a little irritated, and I think I need like 25 minutes." And I'll say, "Okay." And then I give her space. And then after like 5 minutes, she texts me. She's like, "Hey, will you come back?" I miss you." but it's knowing that, and we have the proper boundaries set with each other. Like I don't have to be on top of her every second. She doesn't have to be on top of me every second we're together. I just want to know she's in the house so I can say like, "Hey, I love you," and then go back to what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because look, we're both highly independent people, okay? But we're both little mushes who just need to be attached.
Yeah, we are so cheesy. It's so...
Like, why is he pushing this narrative so hard? Let's not forget, these two got engaged at the end of last year, supposedly during a private picnic. Private where? That whole setup looked more like a staged photo shoot with some Taco Bell slapped in for flavor. People were out here wondering if it was a brand deal. Imagine Selena Gomez announcing her engagement in a Taco Bell commercial. Wild. And that ring? No, Benny didn't pay for it with burritos. This man makes serious money from producing hit tracks. But still, the whole thing had a weird vibe to it.
I think Selena and Benny's wedding will follow a formula. I think it's going to follow feeling. I think the goal would be to create a kind of lived-in, heart-forward environment that feels curated but never staged. I don't see a perfectly polished mood board, but I see textures, joyful messiness, overlapping moments, cozy corners, and luxury that's really rooted in making people feel held. This won't be a wedding that feels sterile or like overly curated. I think Benny's style is eclectic and grounded in comfort, while Selena's is timeless and quietly intentional. So I'm going to expect color and pattern mixing. Think like unexpected combos that just work. Moroccan rugs with velvet banquettes, sculptural florals next to handmade ceramics. I think of spaces that will feel more kind of like a home than a venue. So something inviting, layered, and personal. I'm thinking also florals that have feeling.
In that same interview, Benny dropped a line saying, "Don't settle, ladies." Not for some dudes that use more hair gel than you do. Like, what's with the random attack on hair gel? Especially coming from someone who once admitted he's not into showering. He literally said he likes his juices to come forth, and that still gives people the creeps. Not exactly the self-care king, but sure, give us tips on standards. Looks like Selena really knew what she was doing when she left Justin Bieber behind, because Benny Blanco is sounding like the upgrade she needed. As Benny opened up more about their relationship, he mentioned that he hopes all the lessons these peasants picked up over the years are finally paying off. And he's 37 now, and he even said, "I hope I know how to treat a woman by now." What makes it all more interesting is how connected he used to be to Justin Bieber's music career. Justin would pull up to work with Benny, spill his heart out, write songs, and talk through his relationship drama. So Benny kind of got a front row seat to all the mistakes Justin made with Selena. He admitted, "There are some things I learned from friends of mine, or maybe former friends. I see them do something stupid and I'm like, oh God, I'll never do that in a relationship." That's wild. Benny might have figured out exactly what not to do with Selena before they even started dating. He also said, "You'll see your friends do something great and you'll be like, ooh, I'm taking that idea." So not only did he dodge the bad moves, he picked up the smooth ones too. Benny Blanco's always got his eyes wide open. He stays watching, no doubt. So here's the deal. Benny and Selena got engaged at the end of last year, and now they're getting into wedding mode.
The album's done. Do we move on to wedding planning now? Is that the...
No, I'm actually shooting season 5 of Only Murders right now. He has to do some work stuff too, so.
Now you're planning the wedding, and I'm sure the music's going to be amazing.
Well, yeah, I'll definitely, we're definitely not planning exactly this road, but we do want to make sure that the music's good, and I'm going to let that be what's
Ed Sheeran even let it slip back in May that he already RSVP'd for their big day, which had everyone buzzing. So it's definitely coming up. But Benny tried to clean that up real quick. He claimed Ed didn't actually get a wedding date, just a casual heads up. That sounds a little off. Like, what does that even mean? A heads up without a date? Sounds more like Benny's doing damage control after Ed spilled too much tea. Sure, giving someone an early heads up is normal, but if you're inviting Ed Sheeran, one of the biggest stars, you're probably giving him more than a maybe invite. Something about that story just doesn't click. Sounds like they've already got a time frame in mind. Even though Selena and Benny say they're still in the early stages of planning, let's be real. With Selena's kind of money, this wedding could be massive. It's hard to picture her going for something low-key or quiet, especially if she's inviting big-name celebs. She was at Britney Spears' wedding, remember? So now everyone's wondering, will Britney return the favor and show up for Selena's big day? People are already out here trying to guess what the whole vibe of the wedding will be. One talk show host even tried to piece it together, and it's got folks talking. In a recent interview, Selena shared that she's planning to skip the classic bride and groom first dance at the reception. She said, "I don't think we're looking at having one of those because they're a little embarrassing." And apparently, Benny says she's shy too. That's a pretty big hint that the wedding might be a full-blown A-list event, probably packed with so many famous faces that she doesn't want all eyes on her for something as awkward as the first dance. Still, a wedding without a first dance? That's hard to picture. But hey, Selena's never been one to follow the usual rules. Now that the album's wrapped up, the spotlight's shifting big time. Benny's out here giving Selena that look, the kind that says, whatever she wants, I'm on board. And he recently revealed something major. He's been praying and manifesting becoming a dad with Selena Gomez. He's not just daydreaming. He's serious about building a future with her. At first, some people thought he already had a kid, but turns out that was just a child from a past relationship, not his. Benny said, "I love kids. I love being an uncle. I want to be a dad, though." And he ended it with, "God willing," which shows he knows this isn't going to be easy. Selena has been really open about her health battles. She's bravely shared that because of lupus and the autoimmune issues she's been facing for years, she may not be able to carry children. It's a painful truth she's come to terms with, but it's also sparked even more love and support between her and Benny.
Think back on making this album with him. What are you going to remember most about this part of your relationships?
that I get to show this piece of work to our kids one day. We really wanted to do that so that we had something together.
Wow, I'm emotional thinking about that. How beautiful.
Selena opened up about how her medical condition could put both her life and a baby's life at serious risk if she tried to carry a pregnancy. So now, it's looking like adoption or surrogacy might be on the table for her and Benny. And let's be real. This is Hollywood we're talking about. Surrogacy feels like the route they'd most likely take. They also just dropped their joint album I Said I Love You First earlier this year, and Selena said something super sweet about it. She hopes her future kids will listen to it one day and feel all the love that went into it. That's real love talk, right there. But while Selena's focused on her future, she really needs to stop letting Hailey Bieber sneak into her energy, no matter how positive she tries to be. She recently liked an Instagram post about Hailey's skincare brand being picked up by ELLF, and hitting Sephora shelves. Meanwhile, Justin stayed completely silent and didn't even congratulate his own wife. That whole situation is messy, and Selena doesn't need to get dragged into it. For her Vogue cover, Selena reshared a powerful message that said, "You matter. Your voice matters. Your heart matters. You are worth so much more." And then she added, "You know who this is about," basically saying, if you know, you know.
Justin Bieber continues to sub Selena Gomez on his Instagram story and a new Instagram post. Now, this all stems from when Hailey Bieber posted her US Vogue cover and Justin Bieber congratulated her in the weirdest way, basically embarrassing her all over social media. To which that Selena Gomez made this beautiful post towards Hailey Bieber saying that she matters, that her voice matters, her heart matters, that she's worth much more than she knows. You know who you are and I'm cheering you on. Basically saying, Hailey Bieber, you deserve more. We can infer that post was about Hailey because that same day she liked this post from Sephora announcing that Rhode Beauty will be joining their stores. And it looks like those comments struck a nerve with Justin Bieber because he posted, "Telling other humans they deserve something is like raising someone else's kids. Who are you to tell someone that someone should or shouldn't have? The audacity. That's not your place. God decides what we deserve." He doubled down on this idea by posting to his story, "God determines who is worthy. God determines who deserves what, not you and me." He then later started preaching about loyalty, saying, "Please stop using loyalty to keep people around you out of your own fear. It's hurting us," which people are assuming he's talking about Selena Gomez always running to her fan base to defend her, and the Selenators are always 10 toes behind Selena. At this point, I'm convinced Justin's watching Selena's every online move like a hawk, and I feel like there's something deeper going on that we're just not seeing anymore.
It was like a quiet shout out to Hailey, almost as if Selena was saying, "I see you, girl. I know you're going through it, and since Justin won't speak up, I will." It's giving big sister energy, but it also makes you wonder why Selena's still tuned in at all. Word is she's got a little spam account on the side, quietly watching Justin's chaotic posts like the rest of us. She probably relates to the emotional mess he's showing now. She's been in that place before. Still, with everything she has going on, it's surprising she hasn't blocked it all out. Maybe she's just keeping tabs for curiosity's sake, like the rest of us glued to the drama. And just recently, Selena was spotted kicking it with Taylor Swift again, right after Taylor officially got her masters back from Scooter Braun. Now that's a power duo reunion. Selena jumped on social media to hype Taylor up after she reclaimed her masters, posting, "Yes, you did that, Tay." You already know these two had a whole lot to unpack the moment they linked up. Between the drama with Hailey, Scooter Braun, and even Blake Lively in the mix, they were all spotted hanging out at Monkey Bar in NYC. Just imagine being a fly on that wall. The conversations must have been wild. Back in 2020, Taylor spoke about her bond with Selena and made it clear this friendship runs deep. She said, "There's always been this quality of sisterhood. I don't say that in a basic way. I knew from when I met her, I'd always have her back." She even added that she's big on forgiveness, but when it comes to someone hurting Selena, that's a whole different story. Yes, she was definitely hinting at Justin. Selena echoed those same feelings, saying Taylor's been there for her in ways she never expected. She shared that Taylor literally flew out to be by her side when she was going through family issues and personal pain. Year after year, she's shown up. And Selena says she's now one of her best friends in the world. And then there's this hilarious TikTok floating around. Someone imagined what it's like to sit at dinner with Taylor and Selena. The energy between them? Pure chaos, deep loyalty, and zero filter. Check this out.
I say something, like their friendship to me is like so important, not only to me, but it's also so interesting. Like I just know that Selena Gomez is like Taylor Swift's like crazy friend. Like, like she doesn't see her often. They sit down at dinner like once every 3 months and she tells her just the craziest shit that she's been up to. And Taylor can't relate because like to me, Taylor seems like someone who's like, for the most part, I guess, fame aside, like as down to earth as a famous person could be. Like, you know, like look at the way she dresses. Like you have to be like somewhat with reality. Blah, blah, whatever, doesn't matter. But I can tell she like sits down with Selena and Selena will tell her the most crazy thing that's been going on in her life and she's just like, what the fuck, dude? And I think that's why she keeps her around. Like I think that she's like, Selena is like a mess, but she's interesting. Like I don't know what it is. And I like Selena. I like.
One comment said, "They're gorgeous, but I'm getting a headache just looking at Selena's hair." And honestly, same. She had her hair pulled tight, like next level snatched. Someone else chimed in saying, "I wish I could rock those slicked back updos, but they hurt too much. Even a loose ponytail gives me a headache. And if you know, you know. That tight pulled look might be cute, But the pain? Not worth it for everyone. I mean, I can't personally relate. This is as much effort as my hair's getting. But for all the girls who've braved those sleek down styles, respect. That pressure is real. Someone commented, I really wish they would swap outfits. Each would look amazing in the other's style and color. And honestly, not a bad idea. It'd be cool to see them switch it up and rock each other's vibe for once. Another person threw in a more controversial take, claiming Selena's face looks like it's had a lot of work done. But truthfully, it's hard to say what they're even referring to. No shade here, but the only real change might be something subtle, like around her mouth maybe? Her speech pattern has shifted a bit, but that could be anything. Let's not jump to conclusions. Then someone else chimed in with, the temperature of tea served at this dinner had to be boiling. With all the headlines lately, it's safe to say that table was packed with hot gossip between Blake Lively, Hailey Bieber, Justin, and Scooter Braun. Those convos were probably explosive. Meanwhile, another user wasn't loving Taylor's fit this time. I'm usually a fan of Taylor's street style, but this look is so unflattering, they wrote. And now Instagram's speculating she might be pregnant. People are already saying that if Taylor ends up having a baby with Travis Kelce, it's gonna be America's royal baby. And honestly, they're not wrong. Now spill your thoughts. What do you think about the Selena and Benny updates? Drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about Selena and Benny skipping the first dance? And be honest, do you think they'll actually serve Taco Bell at their wedding? It sounds wild, but with their sense of humor and love for randomness, it wouldn't be shocking. They could probably rent out an entire Taco Bell or fly in the chef, Mr. Bell himself, if that was even a real person. Either way, this wedding's about to be something unforgettable, and we'll be watching every second of it unfold. If you're into this kind of drama, make sure you subscribe to NoFilter. We drop celebrity drama videos every single day. Hit that like button, leave a comment, and share it with your friends who live for the mess. And don't forget to check out the other Bieber drama vids right here on the channel. See you in the next one.